It's usually.
And the player to watch out for now is Dan.
It's a mixed.
So whatever you see in the pot there, just add 6,000 to it. That's how much is in the pot for Dan, and Dan only. So Dan getting insane pot odds here. He's calling 50 to win a pot of 6,000.
WPT Global
is global.
Well, it's not global in the U.S. really. It's global everywhere.
Now what does Action Dan want to do here? Makes a call. $850 in the middle for the others. $6,850 for Dan. And this is going to be hard to win. Mariano with top. But you certainly have to at least see a turn when you're in Dan's spot.
I got a read on you, by the way. You look like the kind of guy that would go to a monster truck.
Needs a 5 or a 3. Right now.
That's a bad read. Oh, damn it. I mean, I really wanted that to be accurate.
4. Looked good for a second.
Yeah.
But misses both of his cards. Mariano's got to think, if I was good on the flop, I'm still good. When it checks around, I'm almost always good.
Yeah, possibly. You don't feel like that much of that guy. Maybe like
it's going to be about pot-sized bet, a little less.
Is that in your range?
A little more.
Yeah.
It looked like 1,400. It's actually 2,400. Action Dan, though, still getting decent pot odds if you think of the pot now as having 10,000 in it, 2,400 to call.
I think I like the fake hand.
Getting about 4 to 1.
Just pure.
So he makes the call, and he needs a 5 or a 3.
Yeah. From a certain angle.
A 6, once again, just barely misses him.
Not for like actually being like
all in. All in.
This would be a hero call of hero calls.
How much?
And he has to be thinking about that bounty. He's thinking, look, there's 19,000 here to win. He has to put 12,000 in to win 25,000, adding the 6. So he's getting about 2 to 1 if you count the bounty. Is he right here 1 in 3 times?
All right, just in case you're bluffing.
He makes the call.
Ace Jack is good.
Wild. Action Dan.
12,425.
Tries to take the bounty, ends up going for the hero call.
All my hard work.
And all that hard work gets chopped right down.
Yeah.
And Mariano doubles up through Action Dan.
Down the drain.
I'm 10, by the way.
These guys are figuring out how to play this bounty game in real time. These guys are all clowns. Look at Mariano. He's in with pocket 6s. If that doesn't deserve some clown emojis, I don't know what does. Mariano playing defense against Action Dan. Doesn't want to let him win that 4th hand in a row.
All in. 2 all in.
Patrick all in with the 5s. And Dan makes the call with King 4.
I feel like I have Dan beat, I think.
Jungle Man's comment that Action Dan is fake action is looking more and more foolish every minute of this show. Call him fake action now, why don't you? He needs to hit a king.
Probably play nice, and then you guys.
The biggest pot.
That's all I need. Bear Greenstein.
With the king right now.
Oh my god, this is looking great.
This is looking very great.
This is looking great for Mariano. He couldn't ask for better.
All you guys
He has
buy
to
out
dodge
right
a
now.
king only.
Wait, how much?
I'm telling you.
One of the other 2 5s.
No, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
King.
What? That is so anti.
6 in the window. Wow, that is lame.
That's not even fair.
And a bad manner 5 for Patrick at the end. Mariano suddenly with $76,000 in front of him. Makes 42 of it on that hand. Playing defense for the table.
What's going on here? There's a raise from Action Dan.
Fake Action Dan.
Mariano, the King of Argentina. I guess I fold.
The Jungle Man really waiting for his spot against Action Dan. Keep an eye on that for later. Ted makes a 3-bet. he has been one of the tighter players at this table, and he still gets called by everyone involved in the hand. So we're 4 ways, and there's 2 hearts. That is super significant. 2 players now with flush draws. Mariano, 1% to win. He has the second nut flush draw. Action Dan with top pair. Just a call from Mariano. Ted with a gut shot to a jack. And 2 overcards. He's going to make the call. That's going to bring Patrick along. Just a call. So this is a very interesting pot all of a sudden. We're close to 10,000 already in there. And there's the heart. Rip Mariano. F's in chat for Mariano. How does Patrick not double up here? You got to play this fast as either player. And it checks through? Oh my. Is there any way Mariano doesn't end up doubling Patrick up here? When it checks through on the turn, maybe. You got to bet something that can be raised here as Patrick, knowing the cards. And that's probably the perfect amount because that's going to induce a raise from Mariano. And Dan's just throwing bad money in behind there. So Action Dan's hand is capped here. Mariano should have no fear of Action Dan having a better hand. The only hand he's thinking of here is Patrick, who led out into 3 opponents. His hand is just too good to just call. He's got to maximize value here. If you're going to play the King-6 suited here, you have to play it like it's the nuts if you get this far with it. If you run into the ace-high flush, you run into the ace-high flush. And you can reevaluate if you get re-raised after this. What do we think the sizing is here? Something you want to be called. I think 17,000, something in that ballpark, 20,000. It's like about 22.
18.
Or 18,000, okay. Mariano and I thinking the same here. And so Patrick, with the nuts, is going to make Mariano reconsider his life decisions when he shoves all in. And he does. And now Mariano is basically priced in, and he knows what Patrick has. This is never a queen-high flush from Patrick.
How much more?
It's just not. Patrick, a very solid poker player. Solid enough that Mariano can fold here. This would be an exploitative fold. If you think it through, it's hard to have a bluff the way this played. It's just always what it is. So does Mariano want to throw 14,000 into the middle and likely right into the arms of Patrick? Great fold, disciplined fold. We got a mirror matchup here. Ace-queen, ace-queen. As you can see, ace-4, a much better hand than ace-queen. It's favored here.
6,200.
And queen-10, even better than ace-queen. And why don't those numbers add up to 100%, you ask? That's because the equity of ace-queens splitting the pot does not count as winning. And that's why the percentages are low, and that's why sometimes you get these weird readings. Mariano, 5 betting. It's a min-click 5 bet. Can Rampage dig deep and find this? He has the best hand. Don't let those percentages fool you. He has the best hand by a long shot here, but it's hard to know that. Pull the trigger, Rampage. Make a night of it. There is so much dead money in the middle of this pot. About 20,000 in there.
About a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah, a year and a half.
Keep at it, man. You're improving a lot.
I appreciate that. That really means a lot.
Rampage.
A lot of you, brother.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I did.
All the experiences
I
in
watched so
poker,
much, you might,
all coming to a head here, and he just lets
got a
it
good
go.
sense of the
So does
game.
Patrick.
What is it?
But Dan will not go down that easily. I mean, it's only 6,800 more for Dan.
I got 8.
But this feels nutted. Feels like Mariano is nutting here. Okay, sorry, that came out way wrong. Erase that from your memory. Mariano. No nuts. Mariano with the best hand. I feel like he has to do something here. It's actually, Dan, you just never know where you are. Do you need to bluff? Do you need to nut? Nut up, Mariano. And even when Action Dan checks, it still makes his opponents feel like they're walking on a tightrope.
11 large.
Now, against most any player, this hand is just over. But against Action Dan, he's going to make a call. It felt like a fold or shove spot, and he makes a call. Is he planning to shove any river?
Check.
It's just a check. What is this hand? Mariano
All in.
is going to bluff with the best hand.
Well,
Action Dan could have done it himself.
could be the
No.
quickest all time.
Stop. Don't.
Ace.
Oh my
Ace.
gosh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Oh my gosh.
Good read, wrong.
Call of the night. I don't care that he was wrong. What a legend.